All right, welcome back to the VETSELITE daily vlog. So I know that I just took a whole week off. I know I've only been doing this thing for, I think this is episode 46. So I haven't been doing it for long, and I already needed a whole week off. And I kind of just want to explain to you, like, what happened, and it's just going to lead into exactly what this episode is going to be about, which is about watching out for burnout and not letting your pride get to you. Now, you know, for me to like kind of put it out there, like, you know what, I fucked up, you know what I mean, in the sense of, you know, I didn't listen to what, not only what my body was telling me, but what other people were telling me as well. You know, I've been overly excited and overly ecstatic about getting vets rolling, to the point where, you know, it was almost like a high. And, you know, I set some standards for myself that were totally unrealistic. And once I set those standards, I really tried, I like almost refused to reel it back because I was fearful in the sense, and this is where my pride comes in, I was fearful that if I didn't continue to hit that, then I was just going to be retracting. I was going to go in the wrong direction. That I was failing, I was being lazy, I was doing this. So, you know, I was trying to wake up every day at 8 and do something all day throughout the day until 12 at night, no matter what. And, you know, that's just not realistic in the sense of, you know, keeping yourself healthy mentally, you know, and it's like that's part of the deal that we have to understand as a strength conditioning coaches is that, you know what, there are 22 other hours, right? Like, you know, that's what Fergus Conley says. There's 22 other hours. You know, it's allostatic load, right? Like, it's not just what we do with them physically. It's not just what's in it's everything else. And I tried to push, you know, myself way too hard in the sense of the program. I wasn't following fundamental principles in the sense of, if, you know, very simply, if intensity goes up, volume goes down. You know, I tried to do a program where volume went significantly higher and intensity went significantly higher. And I tried to do it every single day. And it wasn't a negative experience because it just taught me more about myself. Like, you know what I mean? It taught me more about, like, it gave me some awareness of, you know what, like, I need to be, like, aware of what's going on in the sense of, you know, understanding that, you know what, like, everything does matter. Like, you know, I'm trying to start a new business, right? Like, I've no business background, right? Like, the only thing I've done is sold t-shirts, and I haven't done it very well, you know, so that was that's the biggest financial thing I've ever had to deal with. And now, you know, I'm at a point where I'm, you know, trying to learn about, you know, setting up different payment accounts, getting set with the state, you know, I'm trying to understand what taxes, you know, how to file your taxes. I'm saving receipts. Like, I'm doing all this stuff, and it might seem really simple to other people, but for me, it's something that I've never done. So on top of adding all this stress from my training, I'm having all this new stress from the business, having this new stress of, you know, putting pressure on myself to try to have 18 teams and, you know, have the whole county under vets training, you know, within 2 months. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have content put out every minute of every day. And I'm, you know, trying to, you know, make an influence on, you know, everybody around the area, and they don't even know who I am yet because I haven't done anything. You know, so I got way too ahead of myself, and it's something where it was a very good learning experience. And it was also a very good learning experience that it's okay that when you get to that point to just take off. Like, you know what I mean? The first couple days I was miserable. And part of that miserable feeling came from the emotion. Obviously, the physical side, I was totally physically burnt out. I slept for, you know, like I was sleeping for like 15 hours for like 2 days. And my eyes, you know, were so baggy and tired. And but like emotionally, right? Like, you know, I had all these standards that I set for myself, and now I wasn't hitting them at all. You know what I mean? I was the total opposite. I couldn't do anything. And it was like a good eye opener in the sense of, you know, now I know like that you can always do more tomorrow, but you can never do less yesterday, in the sense, and that really goes for everything, allostatic load. So it's, you know, I can't try to take on the world in one day. You know, and then for anybody out there who has that same mentality in what you do, and that's just kind of your personality, you know, you're just to the fucking max all the time. You know, understand that it's okay to reel yourself back. Like, it's okay to say, you know what, like, I'm going to take this time to just not do anything. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, you know what, I like, let's calm it down. Like, you know, don't like, you know, my main goal was for, you know, April, I wanted to have 5 teams. Like, I wanted to sign 5 teams locked in to work with me. That's an unrealistic expectation in the sense of I'm a new business and I don't have any, I do have connections around here, but these things take time. You know what I mean? The time frame that I was trying to get 5 teams in is just was too much. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, now I've like reeled it back. So, you know what, if I get 2 teams, like, we're in a good spot. Do I want 5 teams by the end of the summer? You better fucking believe it. But it's something where, like, for the mental side of managing, you know, your stress and managing your lifestyle, you know, it's something where that you know, I mean, I still don't really know. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure this thing out. But one thing I do know is that, you know, I gotta, you know, not set my standards lower, but in the sense, just be smarter about where I set my standards. And you know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to be lazy or like I'm trying to, you know, make an excuse so that I can, like, you know, just hang out and not do it. That's not the point. Like, the point is so that long term I can have more longevity, because in the sense, like, I went 2 months and already had, you know, a point where I was just burnt out. I needed to take a break, you know, and that can't happen as I move forward. Like, that can't be consistently happening, in the sense that I need to be available. So that comes to, for me, as a programming for myself, like, hey, you need to reel it back here. You need to change what you're doing with this to, you know, and what happens actually out of that is you get some more insight and ideas on what you should do for, you know, other people, your other athletes, or whatever it is. So I kind of just wanted to, you know, fill people in and just let them know, like, that's why I took off for a week. I mean, you know, for whoever watches it, 1, I appreciate you, you know, but 2, just, I want to be transparent. Like, I want people to be able to know that it's like, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I never have. I never will. Like, I really just try to be a better version of myself, and this is part of that process. It's like, for me, just like, this is what I have to do. You know what I mean? And like, now I know that I need to stop, you know, taking, like, don't have that pride that's just gonna bury you. Let that pride be something that fuels you to be smarter about it. So that's what I talk about today. I'm excited to get back to this. You know, let's get after it, man. Have a good night.